morning, children. Welcome to your English class. In today's English class, we are going to start a new unit from Marigold book. The unit is Unit 4. So in today's class, we are going to do Unit 4 of Marigold book. Now, in this unit, we have a poem and a story. First, we will do the poem and then we will do the story. So, let's start with the poem first. But before that, I want to say few things about this unit. This unit is all about rain. And now we are in rainy season. So we are really lucky to read Unit 4 during the rainy season. So first we will do the poem. The name of the poem is Rain. And the poem is written by the poet Robert Louis Stevenson. Robert Louis Stevenson. He is a very well-known poet. Now, this poem is really short one. There is only 4 lines. So let's read these 4 lines. Rain. The rain is raining all around. It falls on field and trees. It rains on the umbrella here and on the ships at sea. By Robert Louis Stevenson. So in these 4 lines, the poet wants us to see that the rain is falling all over the world. The rain is falling all around us. And it is falling on the field. It is falling on the trees, just I have drawn here. And when it is falling on the trees and field, it is at the same time falling on the ships in the sea. So the rain falls everywhere. So this is the poem that is only of 4 lines. Children, I am reciting the poem once more. Please recite it after me. Rain. The rain is raining all around. It falls on field and trees. It rains on the umbrellas here and on the ships at sea. By Robert Louis Stevenson. So this was the poem. So the poem talks about the rain. Now the story also talks about the experience of a little snail during rain and storm. So let's start the story now. The name of the story is Storm in the Garden. So the name of the story is Storm in the Garden. And the story is written by Sandhya Rao. Sandhya Rao is the author. Children, as you can see that I have drawn a little snail. The story is also about the experience of the little snail. Now children, I will start reading the story. Please read after me. Try to read the story by yourself. That will help you. So let's start the story now. So the name is Storm in the Garden. So let's see what happens in the story. First of all, I want to tell you that the name of the little snail is Sunu Sunu. So this is the cute name of the snail. So let's see what happens. Sunu, the snail, is playing with his friends, the ants. Suddenly, there is a storm. He hurries to his mother and tells her all he saw and heard. So, the story is about the snail Sunu, and the snail is playing with his friends, and they are the ants. So, the ants and the snail is friend. Now, suddenly a storm comes and Sunu hurries back to his mother. And there he tells his mother about the storm, what he has heard and seen. Now, I will start reading the story. Sunu, the snail, was visiting his friends, the ants. So the friends are the ants, and Sunu is visiting them. They climbed all over him. He. They climbed under him. He. So they are playing with each other. The ants are crawling up the back of the snail, and they are also going under the snail, and they are making the little noise he. Throughout the story, we will see such sounds, and they will denote different things. So, what happens then? Suddenly, a great white light crashed through the clouds. Suddenly, a white flash comes down from the sky. Sunu quickly pulled in his head and pulled in his tail and sat very still. Now Sunu becomes very afraid. And what did he do? He put and he pulled his body inside the shell. He pulled his body inside the shell. He suddenly hides inside the shell. So, if you have ever seen a snail, you can see that with the slightest touch, the snail pulls his body inside the shell. He hides inside the shell. Here also, Sunu pulls back his head and tail inside the shell because he is very afraid of the white flash. Now what happens? Outside the sky grew dark and the crows flew past. Ka. Now within his shell, Sunu can hear that the crows are flying away in fear, and they are making the noise ka. Oh, but where were the ants? Sunu stuck out his feelers and looked for them. Now Sunu gets very worried about his friends, the ants. And he did what? He struck out his feelers. Now what are the feelers? These body part of the snail, the antenna-like body part of the snail are called the feelers. So these two are the feelers. Now the snail stuck out his feelers and looked for his friends. Now, they were hiding under a flower pot. He found out that all the ants were hiding under a flower pot. Now what happens? Go home, Sunu, the ants cried out. Hurry, your mother will worry. So now the ants told the snail Sunu that he must go home now because it is raining very hard and Sunu Sunu's mother will worry about him. So the ants told Sunu Sunu to go away to his mother. Sunu Sunu went to his mother, where she sat under a stone near the wall. So the little snail Sunu Sunu gets back to his mother, and he saw that his mother is sitting under a stone near a wall. Now, Amma, said Sunu Sunu, there's a storm in the garden. He was very excited. He calls out to his mother and he shouts Amma. We use the word Amma to denote our mother. Just like Ma, Amma is also used to denote mother. So Sunu Sunu called out to his mother and he informs her that there is a storm in the garden. I heard the wind blow, wo, wo, wo. Now here is another sound making word, that is wo, wo, wo. These words are denoting the sound of wild wind. So he says that he has seen the wild wind to blow with noise. Now what happens? He also tells his mother that I saw the trees sway, 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 shay, shay, shay. I saw the lightning flash, 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 zack, zack, zack. I heard the thunder roll, gadam, gurum, gadam, gurum. And I heard the rain fall, fall, fall. Sitta, sitta, pitta, pitta. Sitta, sitta, pitta, pitta. So, here are the many words that we can see here that denote the sound of various things. Like in the beginning, we see that the woo woo words were denoting the sound of the wind. Then we have the sound of the lightning, that is zack, zack, zack. And then the sound of the thunder roll, that is gudum gadam, gudum gadam. And then we have the sound of the rain, that is sitta, sitta, pitta, pitta. And lastly we have what? The sound of the water, that is plip, plip, plip. So these are the sound that the little snail Sunu Sunu hears for the first time. So he is very excited. Now it was the biggest storm Sunu Sunu had ever been in. So as I was telling, Sunu Sunu, the tiny snail, has never seen such a loud and big storm in his life. So he was very frightened as well as he was very excited. So then we have all these sounds all together. The wo wo, the she she, the zuk zuk, the gudum gadam, the sitta pitta, and then the plip plip. All these sound describe the storm and the rain. So these sounds are describing the storm and the rain. Now what happened? And do you know what? Sunu Sunu didn't get wet. Do you know why? Now what is interesting is that during this rain, our little snail Sunu Sunu didn't get wet. But do you know why? Because Sunu Sunu was hiding in his shell. So as he was hiding inside his shell, the little tiny small snail didn't get wet, but he could hear everything. Now this was the experience of the little snail. This is the story. This is by Sandhya Rao. Now, children, I want to tell you some important word notes that you should remember. Let's look. Snail. What is snail? Small animal with a shell. With a shell. This is the shell. Feelers. Animal organ used to taste by touch. These are the feelers. The feelers are antenna-like body part that is used to taste something by touching it. Next we have storm. Violent, wild wind is called storm. Next we have thunder. Crashing noise after lightning. The crashing noise after the lightning is seen is called thunder. This is the loud noise that we can hear after the lightning. Now what is lightning? Bright flash with thunder. Bright flash with thunder. So the lightning that comes with the thunder is called lightning. It is the bright flash of light. So these are the some word notes that you need to memorize. So this was Unit 4 of Marigold book. I hope you have understood today's class. I will meet you in my next class. Till then, take care and goodbye.